When the body goes silent, it doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means something far more powerful is awakening. It's not the absence of desire. It's the presence of something deeper, something the world is too loud to hear. Abstinence is often misunderstood, labeled as emptiness, a pause, a punishment. But Carl Jung would argue, it's none of those things. He believed silence, especially the silence of the body, isn't the end of expression, it's the beginning of revelation. In today's video, we're not talking about suppression. We're talking about transmutation, about the moment a woman, or anyone, chooses to withdraw from constant stimulation and steps into communion with the soul. Stay with me, because what you'll hear today may just change the way you see silence, desire, and yourself. Section 1. The myth of lack. When society misreads silence. We live in a culture obsessed with noise, with movement, with validation. Especially for women, silence is treated as a problem to be fixed. If she's not posting, flirting, touching, chasing, or being chased, then she must be sad, broken, or worse, undesirable. But Jung saw things differently. He believed that what we repress doesn't disappear. It waits, it transforms, and in the stillness of abstinence, what we thought we buried rises, not to haunt, but to heal. This isn't about shame, it's about sovereignty, because a woman who chooses to abstain isn't running from life. She's stepping away from the noise so she can finally hear her own voice. Section 2. The energetic shift from outward craving to inner calling. When the body quiets down, the soul doesn't fall asleep, it awakens. What was once expressed through physical intimacy starts expressing itself through dreams, visions, emotions. Suddenly, what once felt like a void starts to feel like a temple. You begin to feel things more deeply. You notice patterns, stories, cycles that kept you stuck, emotionally, spiritually, sexually. And here's the truth. The energy you once poured into being desired now gets redirected toward your creativity, your intuition, your knowing. You don't become less of a woman without sex. You become more present, more attuned, more whole. This is what Carl Jung called individuation, a sacred path toward becoming who you truly are, without the masks, without the roles, without needing someone else to validate your existence. Section 3. The encounter with the shadow. When silence becomes confrontation. But here's where the journey gets real. When you stop numbing with affection or distractions, you come face to face with your own shadow. All the parts you suppressed to be liked, all the roles you played to avoid loneliness, all the relationships you held on to so you wouldn't have to face yourself. They return, not as punishments, but as teachers. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." In abstinence, the unconscious gets louder. You start to hear questions you've avoided. Why have I always needed to be touched to feel alive? Why does being alone feel like failure instead of freedom? These are not signs you're broken. These are signs you're waking up. Section 4. The rebirth. When abstinence becomes alchemy. Abstinence is not the absence of intimacy. It's the alchemy of intimacy with yourself. It's a return to your core essence. Before the world told you who to be, how to love, what to give away in exchange for affection. The woman who walks through abstinence with awareness doesn't become cold. She becomes clear. She doesn't become unreachable. She becomes unshakable. And eventually, when desire returns, it does so with discernment. Not because of loneliness, not because of pressure, but because it aligns with her truth. She no longer chases love. She chooses it when it feels safe, sacred, soulful. So if you're in a season where your body has gone quiet, where your phone stays silent, and your nights feel longer than usual, don't rush to fill that space. Because maybe it's not emptiness. Maybe it's a sacred container, a womb in which your truest self is being reborn. Jung believed the soul doesn't scream in chaos. It whispers in silence. And if your body is silent right now, maybe your soul is finally ready to speak. If this resonated with a quiet part of you, don't ignore it. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below about your journey through silence. And if you want to walk deeper into self-awareness, Jungian thought, and the psychology of the soul, subscribe to Psychology Insight. Here, every silence is sacred, every shadow has meaning, and every word is a step toward wholeness.